What's up everyone, and welcome back to the MMA Zone. Today, let's get started with Colby Covington UFC fight gets leaked. Since his UFC 296 loss to Leon Edwards, there's been little word as to when Colby Covington will return to action. While a potential fight with Ian Garry had been a hot topic in the MMA community earlier this year, Covington made it clear that he wouldn't be signing any bout agreements unless Garry complied with a series of demands. While there'd been little talk regarding Covington's return since then, a club in Florida may have now leaked the details surrounding Covington's next fight. The establishment, named Roundup Nightclub in Davie, Florida, took to Instagram, posting a photo of Covington along with a caption reading, "It was awesome having Colby Covington here this past weekend. Such a humble and nice guy. We couldn't get him on the mechanical bull since he's prepping for his fight in November, but we'll be cheering you on then. Thanks for taking photos with our staff and photographer, and we hope to see you back soon." The post was then deleted shortly after. However, screenshots had already started to circulate around the MMA community, with many wondering whether or not Covington's next fight had been leaked. So far, there's been no official word from the UFC on a potential return date. However, given that Charles Oliveira recently teased some big news at the start of the month, many have wondered whether or not the former champion could be preparing a move up to welterweight for a fight with Colby Covington. Next up, let's take a look at Sean O'Malley not interested in Umar Nurmagomedov fight. After defeating Corey Sandhagen last month in Abu Dhabi, Umar Nurmagomedov is expecting to be next up for a crack at the bantamweight title. Leading up to UFC 306, Nurmagomedov and his manager Ali Abdelaziz met with Hunter Campbell, just days after Abdelaziz revealed on social media that the undefeated contender would be cage-side this weekend. Despite that, Sean O'Malley poured cold water on a potential fight with Nurmagomedov while speaking to media members this week, leading up to UFC 306 on Saturday, indicating that he isn't that interested in the fight.
As far as who's next, it's definitely not Umar. It could be Figgy, could be Ilia. There's options. Right now it's pointless. I got to go out there and take care of Merab's, but we got options after.
On the flip side, Merab abruptly changed course when it came to his views on Nurmagomedov potentially getting a title fight, saying that if he defeats O'Malley on Saturday, he would easily dominate the contender.
Whoever UFC wants to me fight, I will fight him. I never choose my next opponent. Always whoever UFC offer, I fight. And if Umar is my next opponent, that's fine. Me and my team, we will work, we will training, and we will. No problem. That fight, I think it's easy for me, and that fight, no problem for me. I will dominate him.
With Nurmagomedov planning to be cage-side for the fight, it'll be interesting to see how things play out. Next up, let's take a look at Brian Ortega responds to call-out. After withdrawing from their previously scheduled fight at UFC 303 this summer, Brian Ortega will now have a chance to finally share the octagon with Diego Lopez. On Saturday night, the two fan favorites will throw down in a high-stakes featherweight fight that could have title implications. During his Fight Week media scrum on Wednesday, Ortega explained that he has unfinished business with Diego Lopez, making it clear that he wasn't reluctant to take the fight. "I wasn't reluctant at all. I said actually, you know what, I have a fire lit underneath me now because of what happened before. I got to do the whole weigh-ins, I had to go face off, we went through the motions and we started the story and we never finished it. Saturday, we finish it finally. And I don't want to leave anyone with any doubt or with anything of how this story ends." Currently, Lopez is sitting as a slight betting favorite on FanDuel with negative 186 odds, while on the flip side, Brian Ortega is a plus 144 underdog. As Ortega also explained this week, being pulled from the pair's previously scheduled fight may have been a blessing in disguise, given that he now has a chance to compete on the Noche UFC card. Next, let's take a look at Sean O'Malley breaks silence on Henry Cejudo claim. After Sean O'Malley made an abrupt exit from Henry Cejudo and Kamaru Usman's Pound for Pound podcast, Triple C alleged that the champion is reportedly having a hard time getting off his back while training. As Triple C revealed in a recent video, 3 different training partners all went and trained with O'Malley for this fight camp, and all 3 came back saying the same thing. The champion is struggling to get up off his back leading up to UFC 306. On Wednesday, O'Malley spoke with media members when he was asked about Triple C's claims.
Well, you saw me roast that guy, right? He tried saying, he got us, Kamaru, and Kamaru's like, nah, he got you. Henry is just he's just a little guy that just gets very upset about things, and I just burned him so good that I don't know where he got my back hurts, but yeah, that's not true.
As Cejudo also revealed last week, he is planning to drop back down to flyweight after his latest loss. However, if Sean O'Malley loses to Merab on Saturday night, that he would stay at bantamweight for a long-awaited clash with O'Malley. Next, let's take a look at Ilia Topuria sends a message to Max Holloway. Although we're just days away from the historic UFC 306 card at the Sphere, there's been plenty of talk surrounding the UFC 308 headliner between Ilia Topuria and Max Holloway. On Tuesday, Max Holloway posted a training montage to Instagram, which attracted the attention of El Matador, who posted a comment writing, "Let's go, Max." With Sean O'Malley teasing a potential move up in weight to fight against Ilia Topuria, the upcoming featherweight title fight will have some serious implications for the year ahead. However, despite being interested in a fight with Topuria at 145, Sean O'Malley revealed this week, while speaking with media members, that he believes Holloway will likely win at UFC 308.
Honestly, I think Max might piece him up. Ilia is very, very skilled. Ilia is, up there top 3 pound for pound, in my opinion. So, I'm very, very excited for that fight. I haven't been this excited for a fight for a while, so I'm looking forward to that one, but I think Max potentially could piece him up.
With the fight just over 6 weeks away, only time will tell how this one plays out. Next, let's take a look at Raul Rosas Jr. wants to win UFC belt and retire by age 25. When Raul Rosas Jr. burst onto the scene, the budding young star had his sights set on becoming the UFC's first ever 3-division champion. Now, ahead of his 5th UFC fight on Saturday night, Rosas has other plans. While speaking with ESPN's Brett Okamoto leading up to UFC 306, Rosas revealed that he wants to become the youngest champion of all time, defend the belt a few times, and ride off into the sunset before he's 25 years old. "I just want to accomplish my dreams, which is to become the youngest UFC champion, have the belt, defend the belt a few times, and probably retire. So hopefully by 25 years old, my career's all said and done, and I'm able to enjoy time with my family and whatever I decide to do." Currently, Rosas Jr. is 19 years old, with his 20th birthday on October 8th. Of course, John Jones currently holds the record for the youngest UFC champion after winning the title at just 23 years old. While Rosas Jr. still has a few years to break Jones's record, he isn't currently ranked, meaning he'll have to string together a handful of wins before a title fight is a realistic possibility. Next up, let's take a look at Conor McGregor versus Canelo Alvarez in 2025? In recent years, Canelo Alvarez has dominated boxing's super middleweight division, which stretches from 160 pounds to 168 pounds. Now, ahead of his fight with Edgar Berlanga this weekend in Las Vegas, Alvarez was asked about a fight with Conor McGregor, who recently took to social media this summer to joke about Canelo's pay-per-view numbers. During an interview with Manuk Akopian, Alvarez was asked about a potential fight with McGregor. In response, he said, quote, "Yeah, why not? And then we show boxing is better. Easy, way easy money." When asked how a potential fight between the two ends, Alvarez laughed, saying that he could finish McGregor whenever he wanted to. The MMA community was quick to respond to the situation, with one fan writing, "Canelo would destroy Conor in MMA too." Another wrote, "We can't even get Conor to fight in MMA against a 38-year-old Chandler. Suddenly Conor's gonna fight a prime Canelo in a boxing match? Stop it." One fan broke down the situation, writing, "There isn't an MMA fighter on the planet that will beat Canelo boxing. Let's be real. Can we stop the boxing stuff? They're two different sports. If they want to make it fair, they need to do alternate rounds of boxing and MMA. Give them each a chance to fight their sport." Another joked, writing, "Canelo is either genuinely effing stupid or the CTE is hitting. I bet Canelo can't stuff one takedown or can take a calf kick." One took aim at Canelo, writing, "Canelo, you want to prove boxing is better than MMA? Fine, come fight Conor in the octagon." While McGregor has long said that he would like to box again and has even teased the move to bare-knuckle boxing, the former champ still has 2 fights left on his UFC contract, meaning that the odds of a bout between him and Canelo taking place are incredibly slim. MMA community shocked after new video emerges of Conor McGregor, after Dana White announced that Conor won't be fighting this year and instead will fight early 2025. Conor was seen in New Jersey, serving up fans at a bar as a bartender.
Enjoy your moments well and enjoy the celebrations. We are one. We are USA, baby. We are USA.
The MMA community wasn't happy about this, with fans writing, "He needs to retire. He's doing everything but fighting. He's for sure fighting in January, folks. This man has fallen off the deep end. Never seeing him fight again is sad. There's no way he's going to fight in January." Looks like an intense training camp for McGregor. Conor didn't throw away his prime just to become a celebrity bartender for nothing. Bro be doing everything except fighting. Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis is confirmed for sometime next year. Strickland took to Instagram to reply to a comment asking about his next fight, which Strickland responded by saying, "Nah man, we got it booked, just waiting on Dricus to decide when he's ready to lose." This means we will see Sean Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis next year for the title. Who do you think will win? Let us know in the comments. Top comments. Who else wants Max to humble Ilia Topuria? I could KO John and Tom first round. Hotels put a chair in the room just for Ian Gary. Bilal really doesn't want to fight Shavkat. Washed up Usman.